This is Centralia, Pennsylvania, once a bustling coal mining town, now a near ghost town ravaged by an underground fire that's been burning for over 60 years. Centralia's story is one of destruction, resilience, and mystery, a modern-day ghost story brought to life by a seemingly unstoppable force of nature. Founded in 1866, Centralia was like many small towns in Pennsylvania's coal region, hardworking and close-knit. Its economy was built on anthracite coal mining, and by the early 1900s, it had nearly 3,000 residents, 7 churches, a theater, hotels, and over 27 saloons. Coal was the lifeblood of this town, and for decades it thrived. But eventually everything changed in 1962. What began as a routine landfill burn turned catastrophic. The fire, intended to clean up a local dump, wasn't fully extinguished. Smoldering embers slipped through the cracks into abandoned coal mines below, and what followed was a slow, creeping disaster. The fire spread beneath the town, igniting coal veins that crisscrossed the underground. Smoke and deadly carbon monoxide began seeping through cracks in the earth. In the decades that followed, sinkholes opened without warning, homes crumbled, and poisonous gases made life unbearable. Perhaps one of the most famous remnants of Centralia is the Graffitihighway, a section of the abandoned Route 61 that was closed due to buckling from the underground fire. Over the years, it became an eerie canvas for urban explorers who covered it with colorful graffiti, until it was buried under mounds of dirt in 2020, sealing another chapter of Centralia's strange history. Today, only a handful of residents remain in Centralia. Their homes stand as isolated outposts in a mostly abandoned landscape. Streets that once bustled with life are now overtaken by nature, with new growth forests reclaiming the land where homes and businesses once stood. One of the most dramatic moments came in 1981 when a 12-year-old boy named Todd Domboski was nearly swallowed alive by a sinkhole in his grandmother's backyard. It was a chilling reminder that the fire wasn't just burning, it was lurking beneath the feet of the residents. Even Centralia's cemeteries tell a story of a town frozen in time. The eerie sight of smoke rising from graves, as if the earth itself is trying to reclaim its dead, is a reminder of the fire still burning beneath. Experts say that it could continue for another 250 years, long after the last resident has left. By the early 1980s, most of the town's residents had no choice but to leave. The government intervened, offering buyouts to relocate families, and by 1992, the state claimed all properties under eminent domain. But not everyone left. A few die-hard residents stayed behind, determined to live out their lives in the only home they'd ever known. But Centralia's story isn't just about the fire. It has rich and turbulent history going back to the 1800s, when it was known as a hotbed for labor unrest. In 1868, the town's founder, Alexander Ray, was murdered by the infamous Molly Maguires, a secret society of Irish-American miners who fought for workers' rights during a time of brutal working conditions. In 2014, Centralia's time capsule, which was buried in 1966, was unearthed. Inside, remnants of a time when the town was still alive: a miner's helmet, a Bible, and a piece of coal. Simple objects that told the story of a community brought together by hard work, faith, and resilience. The future of Centralia is uncertain. The underground fire continues to burn, spreading beneath the surface. And while most of the town is gone, its story lives on in the cracked streets, the scattered steam vents, and the ghost of its past. Centralia may be a ghost town today, but its legacy, born of fire and coal, will burn on for centuries. Centralia, where the fire beneath the earth mirrors the fire that fueled its rise. A place both abandoned and unforgettable, where history smolders just beneath the surface. Make sure to like and subscribe.